lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot for the week ahead. It's Monday, the 3rd of November, 2025. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I was teaching tarot again on Saturday, but I hope you enjoyed Samhain, Halloween on the 31st. Hope we did something special for that. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So I woke up this morning and I thought, golly, I haven't seen that deck in my bookshelves for a long time, so I had to do a lot of pulling out of cards and things to find this one. I don't know why I really wanted to do this one. So this is the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. Nostradamus being a 16th century French astrologist and physician who did a lot of writings that modern day scholars sort of look at it and say, oh yeah, there's a lot of prophecy in there for the future. So it's perfect really for a tarot deck. Anyway, so we'll go straight in. We've got 5 cards as usual. There's about, because I didn't show them to you. And this week, now, it's an interesting week. Bearing in mind, we've just had the Celtic New Year. So essentially, in some respects, we are within a new year. And I really felt sort of empowered this morning. And I think that's why I was drawn to this particular deck. There are several majors in this reading this week. It's a very strong reading. It's a very powerful reading. And you think about New Year in general, what do we all do? We do a lot of, oh yes, I'm going to do this year, I'm going to do that this year. And you're empowered. Now, whether you continue that empowerment is up to you. But that first start, yeah, this is the year I'm going to do this, that and the other. I think that's what it was all about. So, really interesting card this week. So, it's what we would know as the High Priestess. And this is, as in the older decks, tended to be called the Popess, so the female Pope and such. So a very balanced card, of course, a very intuitive card. But there's also that strength behind her, that woman who can use her intuition to guide herself and guide others. Now, I do feel strongly this week that because of the Popess card, this is a week where it's almost like, not that you're stepping back from things that are going on, but you're almost observing and then guiding people into the direction that they need to go, but also that will assist you in some way. So for instance, if you've got your own business, whether it's a full-time business, it'd be something you're doing, on the sidelines or anything, perhaps you're in a managerial position somewhere, something like that. It's almost guiding people without them realizing that. In fact, very much a case of, the old adage that behind every strong man is a even stronger woman. Very much that type of thing. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a man and a woman receiving this card. It's that ability of using that gut feeling, that intuition that we all have and we so often do not use to guide us through this week, because this is a very powerful week. Like I said before, essentially it is the first week of the new year. So what you put in place this week can continue on a roll if you guide yourself and guide others. But sometimes you need to use your heart and your gut instinct rather than this up here. But they all come together in perfect balance. It's a 2, it's balanced. Now, in all these cards, they're all standing within an archway and everything like this. You've got that strength of the arch around. This is an incredibly strong week for all of us, which leads on to another major. Now it's the Chariot. Now it doesn't look anything like the Chariot, does it? But here we have 2 monks, and they're sort of holding this box, this square golden box almost, and out of it is coming like an angel or a cherub. So angels are messengers. Cherubs tend to be, they're portrayed as babies, don't they? And quite often they're used in love. But it's that, yes, in some respects in this card, it is to do with love of what you're doing, but also control. And what a lot of people don't think about when they read the Chariot, think, oh yes, it's all about control and da, da, da. The Chariot, particularly in older decks, was almost warlike. And you think about a chariot, Boudicca or Boudica, whatever she's now called nowadays, would have been on a chariot. The Romans that are going to fighting on a chariot. You would have the chariot races, which were very aggressive. So in fact, the Chariot, it can be almost warlike. Here, it's balance. It's a square. You think about that too. So that High Priestess or the Popess, it's balance. It's a 2. So there will be things going on around, I'm not saying aggression, but things going on that as the Popess, you can control, you can bring in some balance. So particularly perhaps at home even, I mentioned a business, but even at home, it could be that guidance that will allow new things. And I will say, as angels or messengers, and it's all down to the symbolism in this particular deck, it's messengers from heaven, or heaven, or whatever the universe, whatever you want to call it. And it's that guidance forward. We have two people here holding this very square golden box that just shows you how powerful you can become. And I don't mean in a way, it's just that I can stand upright. I can control things that will help everyone, not just myself. This is not a week of self almost. It is in some respects that you are the one guiding people forward, but it will enable balance within your whole life. So things that affect you, your family, your friends, your work, your business, whatever. And it can grow into something really fantastic as long as you keep control of whatever is going on around you. And if you do that, look at this. Now, in here, the suns are wands, so fire cards, obviously, because suns are fire. There we are. And we have the victory card. Now, the difference with this victory card than, say, a Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite, he's on the horse, the main character, but they're all dressed quite nicely. There's no armour involved. They all have armour in this. So back to that almost not aggression of the Chariot, but that feeling of, yes, I've been through a war. I have dealt with that. I am victorious. I am still protected, just in case it's not completely solved. Or perhaps I can now feel that confidence to move forward and perhaps do even more this week because I'm using my intuition. But here I'm using that movement forward. It's a fire card. It's all about movement. Sixes are all about moving forward. So that beginning of the week with that popess where you are in control, it enables you to move forward, but encompassing everybody else on the way. So it's like you're moving forward as a group, as a happy group, a group that work with each other. It's a lot of, hard work to put in, but it brings a lot of balance. Oh, and look, we have another major. That's 3 majors in 5 cards. That's pretty impressive so far. So we have the Emperor. Now think about that card before. They're in their armour, they're moving forward, they're going to take control, you could say almost, but they're moving on to their next stage in their life. The Emperor is that next stage. And you think of emperors, in olden days, they became emperors by fighting, by taking over countries and things like that. But becoming that person who is very wise, who can look at people and say, yes, well, why don't you try this, do this? I can give you the my knowledge to you. And if this is what he's doing here. Whereas in Rider-Waite, he's just sat there on his throne in his armour. This guy's not wearing any armour. He doesn't need to wear any armour anymore because he is comfortable where he is, how he's got there. He is respected by everybody. And you have that, well, we all have that wisdom that we can say, yeah, do you know, I have learnt what I've just experienced, but now I can actually utilize that to bring other people in. So again, this is a great week for bringing people towards you. So if you want to make new friends this week, okay, perhaps you want to have new relationships, perhaps you want to bring the family together, your work colleagues together, all these sort of things. In fact, thinking about it, we're leading up to Christmas, aren't we? So this is a good planning stage almost. Right, this year, I'm sorting out Christmas. I'm going to do this, that, and the other, and not dictate. This guy here is not dictating. He is bringing people in. Well, what do you think about this? What about that? I've got these really great ideas, and they're listening to him. So this is a week of growth, inner growth, of confidence, and the knowledge that you can actually move forward. If again, back to a normal new year, 31st of December, when everybody writes their New Year's resolutions, why not do that this week? Essentially, it is the beginning of a new year. If you're looking at the Celtic side, the witchy side, it's the week to do things. So if you're into spell jars, for instance, or any other type of prediction or abundance fund, make a vision board, something like that. but utilize your own knowledge and skills to be able to do that. And now, what an energizing reading this week, because we've had 3 majors and now we've got the second fire card. Now this is interesting. This is almost like a king and a queen, and bearing in mind what I've just said about bringing people together, this is a good week to do that, to enable you to open up your whole life almost, with people drawing them into you, people that you choose to bring forward. And if you look at a Rider-Waite, it's always good to compare to Rider-Waite because it gives you another sort of version of it. On the 2 of Wands, which is what it would be, he's standing within a very secure castle. He's holding one wand. The other wand is actually fixed to the wall, and he can see the direction he's going in. That's you, but you're not doing it alone. This is because you have that wisdom of that Emperor, that intuitive side of the High Priestess, and that balance of the Chariot, which will actually enable you to move forward, to make huge decisions ready for the next few months, perhaps even the next 12 months. But you need to go back to that Popess, where is she there, and use that intuition that here she's alone. There she has others around her. What an amazing week this is going to be. And you've really got to sort of knuckle down and utilize that energy that's coming in to you to not just boost your own self almost, and your own self-confidence, but others as well. Draw them in. Have a fantastic, fiery, strength-building week. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.